Chairi Lycheerful. This is a secondary ranked character that is actually somewhat more important in the story than even Liam Clyde and Butler Oasis would be at this point, especially in the core trilogy. She becomes more relevant in the third installment of the core trilogy, and somewhat towards the beginning of the trilogy as well. Not so much in the middle. The middle, it depends. But the first and the third installment are going to actually be involving her. And then the third installment will even have a few scenes of her in the flashbacks. The first, it just mentions her. So, Chairi is briefly mentioned throughout the story. When Ophal's mentioned is because he already died in the beginning of the prologue. But Chairi is mentioned in spite of never showing him in the first place until the third and final installment of the core trilogy, which is when you see in the flashback. So, Chairi is a character who dies shortly after Charlotte's death, but before Ophel dies. And so the way Chairi dies is connected to how Andromeda has his powers and why they can't be stolen from him. And there's even an implication of how he has the fairness principle before anyone else does. The fairness principle being based on the third books as well. Third set of books being that. That's fairness principle and 2 Dimensions 1 Future. Or 2 Dimensions 1 Future than fairness principle. So, a little different. Usually, the arrangement of the installments is usually like the last installment of the two would be the name of the book or the movie. Like, in Providence, it was usually the second installment of two, and the Space City would be the second two installments. But the Fairness Principle is the second installment because 2 Dimensions 1 Future is the first installment. So, Chairi is a very sweet character. That's all you know about her. She's very sweet, forgiving, mother-like, elderly-like, old soul, but very sweet and endearing and nonetheless. She's very simple to understand at that point. She's a very critical character in the story. She's why Andromeda can use his powers freely without consequence. But she's a very forgiving character who has his own flaws to begin with.